Where on earth is that sun cream? I still can't find it. We're back today for two very big games in the Europa Conference League, and to be fair, as well as the disaster I've had with sunburn this weekend, it could be a disaster in this Build a Nation save. We've invested a lot to try and get to the next level. If we don't reach the European group stages, it could all go spiralling out of control. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 118 of the Sunburn Chronicles and this Build a Nation story from Distillery with me, Daniel. We are back today for a massive Europa League playoff round game. If we don't get past Ujpest of Hungary, we will be having to think about the future of this club. And to be fair, we've got to give it to the board because we have been moaning for years now about why are the board not letting us progress to the next level and take a little gamble. Well, we might find out today because if we lose this tie, we could be in big trouble financially and the board will show why they've been cautious up to now. So if you're looking forward to finding out how we get on, see what's been happening in the transfer window and whether we can make it to the group stages for the third year in a row, then please do put a thumbs up on it. We've also got the second leg falling on deadline day, so you might see a fair bit of that too. And let's start in fact with the transfer centre because it has been an interesting couple of weeks. No signs of an in at the moment, but we have a look at the players going out. There has been the one big sale that we needed, and again, it's one that might help future-proof the club. Tom Robinson is one of those we've replaced this summer. Of course, a number of the midfielders from the old guard have left, and Robinson would have left in January if the board hadn't accepted that ridiculous offer for Lennon, because if that hadn't happened, we got a bigger offer for Robinson on deadline day, and he would have been the one to go. As it is, though, with Jordan Gash coming in, with the likes of Dunn and Parry joining permanently, with the likes of Damien Jude coming in full-time as well, there just wasn't a place for him to start. And for a player that's attracting interest, that's not homegrown at the club, that isn't that naturally fit, getting 400 grand and a big sell-on clause just made sense. So he's not our best player. He wasn't going to start regularly. So he has gone to Ipswich where he'll be a fringe player. We have got a 30% sell-on as well. So as soon as that is available to sell, I'm hoping we'll get another couple of 100 grand into the club. So for now, a very good bit of news in terms of outs because we've brought money into the club. And if we can get to the Europa Conference group stages, we'll be back up past the 7 million point and relaxing. Whether we can do that is going to be a very difficult question because the last 4 games after an incredibly encouraging pre-season, and to be fair, we looked to goal threat in every game bar the St Johnstone one, which we played a few people from a testimonial point of view. We've just completely disappeared in front of goal. There's no quality at all now. We had the awful friendly against Wrexham, those 2 legs against Lech Poznan last time, and then even against Crusaders on Monday, albeit with a rotated team, we nicked a late 1-0 win and we didn't really create a huge amount. So Dermot Lafferty got the goal in that one. I am thinking about training a diamond as well, and I know we've mentioned it a few times here. Cowan is a really natural right winger, but aside from that, we don't have any dedicated wingers at the club. So particularly when we're rotating a team, it does give us for those backup games a chance to play a more potent tactic. And it does seem in FM23, all of the best tactics and the most successful ones seem to have 2 up front. I'm going to make one other tactical tweak today as well. Whether it's Whelan, whether it's Simpson, whether it's Lafferty, it doesn't matter. I'm going to try and advance forward rather than a poacher because, again, we've got strikers that are fit enough now that they can play across the lines, move into channels, and hopefully create a bit more for us. That's basically the team that played on Monday night. We're worrying about Thursday night football, and if we don't win these 2 legs, we won't have it at all in future. We're going to keep an eye on Larne as well. They're facing Jablonec. They're looking to reach the group stages for the first time in 3 years. Linfield are guaranteed it, but which competition we don't know. And look at that interesting tie a bit further down in the UK. Leeds versus Ross County. That should be a bit of a cracker. Let's go and get through the tactical meeting. There's Linfield against Cluj in the Europa League. It is Distillery versus Ujpest. They've got only 800 fans in. I mean, that's scandalous, really. Let's go and get the opposition instructions on. Let's go and pick our team. We'll be back in a minute to run through it. For the first leg, a home to the Hungarians. Right then, we're back to full strength as we continue to search for that formula that's going to produce goals. We're going to have to rotate a bit. We're going to have to make those tweaks tactically, and it will cause a few months of disappointment. But it will be worth it in the end. Morris Simpson is the advanced forward, as we mentioned now. Whelan's back on the bench. Lafferty's there too. We've got options if we need it. We've also gone for Parry as the advanced playmaker again, just to try and something a little bit different now. We've got a runner. Because with the striker running into channels, with the attacking midfielder doing the same and the winger on the right, maybe having an extra playmaker will help there. It means our 11 in full is Neil Kane in goal. Please don't drop one in your own net this week. Reed and Raider fullbacks with Goss and McKenzie as centre half. Jude and Gash the midfield too. Important we keep Jordan Gash fit the way he's been playing. And then Dunn behind Simpson up front with Parry and Cowan out wide. Let's go and get into the first leg here. Hopefully it'll be a bit more like the Zoria game. So basically, of the 3 qualifiers we've played, this side has got the smallest reputation. It's a non-playable league and I think they only had 1 real player. They are not a great side. They've got 2.5-star reputation and this club haven't got a manager and a standard 6 sub. So there's no excuse really. But this is going to be harder than it looks because they're going to sit behind the ball. They're going to play for the point or for the draw, to take back to Hungary. And we've got the onus on us to try and break them down, which we've not always been able to do. We've scored 1 goal in 4 games. It's not a great look. Something's got to give and hopefully today it will. I mean, the crowd's pathetic, isn't it? They're playing the Diamonds. See, this could catch us out. It's quite an aggressive tactic for away from home. We don't often see that from the AI. But this is crucial. The nerves are kicking in as the players come onto the pitch. We have got to break this lot down early. We have got to get ourselves in because if we don't, we are going to live with a lot of regret and we're going to run out of money this year. We've bought a huge number of players to compete with 3 games a week. And if we end up with only 1 a week, we're going to be in trouble, aren't we? Let's see how Larn get on. They're losing 1-0 already to Jablonek. And here come our visitors on the left-hand side. Again, we've had a number of shots without getting one on target, despite trying to work the ball into the box and do it properly. And now they've had a shot from the edge of the box. But it's just over the bar. We're going to encourage because confidence is a bit low at this moment as well, which is part of the issue we're having here. As Reed plays down the right to Cowan. Again, turning back. Everyone's taking a safe option because they're not feeling confident. Reed just goes for a big punt. No one's getting there. And it's easily dealt with by our visitors. We're making it easy for them at the moment. And they're in down the other end behind. They're 1-on-1. This is a disaster. What the hell is going on at this football club? I don't understand what's gone so wrong. We looked brilliant 3 weeks ago. And now, look at it. I mean, I don't understand. What are we doing wrong? Someone tell me. I'm going to stop passing the ball into space because that isn't helping us at the moment. But I don't understand what's happened this last couple of weeks. It has fallen off a cliff from those 2 brilliant performances against Zoria. That first leg we saw on camera is arguably the best performance of the save so far, in terms of quality overall. But what's going on here? 1 shot on target in 42 minutes, and at the moment, we are going to be crashing out of Europe, which might be arguably the end of this save, because if we run out of money, if we haven't got European football for this big squad, we're going to have to sell. As Cowan gets in, crosses for Simpson, drops for Damien Dunn. Now we're on ball. It's a pretty average chance. We didn't do too much to earn it, but we have got back on terms on the stroke of half time. We've won the ball back high there with Parry. We are trying to adapt to this higher pressing game and we're winning it higher up the pitch more often. We're not doing much with it though, are we? As Ray gets the ball in, great cross for Simpson. Oh, he just cannot score a goal at the moment. There is no surprise to me that this goal problem or the drought has started as Whelan's picked up injuries. Because we've just not got another goal scorer without him. But Simpson, this is the poorest he's been since he's been here. As Parry gets down the left early in the second half. Gets towards the byline, chance to cross. Goes back to Ray instead. He has support from Jude. Gets the ball into Parry. Back to Ray again. There's options in the box, but he plays short. Finds Jude. Someone cross it. He's gone back 40 yards to Goss. What are you doing, man? Wide to Ray. Will someone please deliver this? Back to Goss again. It's so safe. It's so cautious. And he's not trained at all. Reed picks out the ball to Gash. Back to McKenzie. Barely seen Gash in this game so far. McKenzie switches it to Ray. The attack continues. The cross finally comes in, but it's overhit. Cowan nearly makes something of it. In what world is that a whipped cross? I don't know. But it's really poor. 15 shots, we've only hit the target twice. We don't really deserve to be ahead. Well, we've reached the 65-minute mark and I'm almost speechless. We've created nothing. I'm going to go and make some changes here. Let's have a look at what we can add here because Gash has been struggling with injuries. We'll bring on Neil Daly for him. Parry on the left again has struggled. It'll be Lafferty out there. He'll be a winger on attack, of course. We're going to take McKenzie off on a yellow card. He'll be replaced by Luke Smith. And I think we have to leave it at that for now. 3 changes made. We've got to get on the front foot. And I don't understand how every time we go more aggressive as a tactic, we end up getting worse. Where is the shot conversion? Where are the chances? What is going on? Oh, it's so infuriating. We've gone from continuously scoring through pre-season, through early qualifiers, to not being able to score a goal and not even creating a chance. It's doing my head in. I'm going to take Gavin Reid off at right back for Murphy. He's motivated. He's a good player. Simpson off for Whelan. He's injured, but this is a big 10 minutes now. We've got to get him on and try and score. What on earth do we do? Why is nothing being created as Murphy gets it on the right? I can't remember the last time I was at such a loss when playing FM as to a tactic that as a blueprint should work and is nowhere near. And the hitting of the woodwork 6 times a game is not helping my mood. I've got to be honest with you. I think I might have to change shape completely because I know the diamond is a favourite of mine, but at this point it's just about getting 2 up front and crucially getting something I understand. I mean, how do you miss that? You're 2 yards out with your header. The expected goals is going to be above 2 and it's going to be 1 scored. 4 shots on target from 22. For that level of expected goals and some of the chances we've seen are glorious. I'm so angry. I can't even begin to explain. It's an infuriating performance. It's a very good one as well, but we've now got to win away from home to make it to the group stages. We've got a league game in between, which we'll play off camera. Don't be surprised to see the diamond in the second leg because I'm at the end of my tether at the moment. Well, here we go then. And in context, this is probably the biggest game of the save because if it goes wrong, this club's future could be in jeopardy. We've got a Europa Conference League second leg playoff tie. We'll see how the other Northern Irish sides are going as well. But very quickly, we've got Symington off to Glenarvan. He's got a loan within the nation. We had to offer the possibility of a future fee to do it. But again, strengthening the nation's not a problem. And it would be a profit for a player we just signed. I've made some big decisions though tactically. If we go and get through to the fixtures, Lana 2-1 down going into the home leg and Linfield are 2-1 down going into the home leg as well. Not sure where the other one's playing because they can't both be at Windsor Park at the same time. But let's have a look at this. I'm going to keep the same tactic for today, but with 2,000 fans in Hungary, we have gone for a slight change in tactical approach. I am going all out now. We are training a diamond on the side, so don't be shocked to see that in the future. But this is what we're doing. High defensive line, high press, get up the pitch. We are going to be more expressive, take advantage of all the flair we've got in that midfield. And we are going to go all out for it. We're not going to play shorter. We're going to try and get the ball forward more quickly. I'm going to play the way I want to play. And it's something that I always recommend in FM. If you get to a stage where you're tactically frustrated or you can't quite produce what you like out of your team, go back and play the way you want to play and force your players into it. Because at the very least, you'll go down fighting and you'll enjoy it because you'll be doing it the way you want to. What we have got to worry about, though, is about the squad depth because Damien Jude is suspended for this one. Max Whelan is back, but not in his best form. And of course, Maurice Simpson had been on a goal drought, but that all changed on Monday evening. We played Ballina Millard away from home. He got a hat-trick alongside Brendan Thompson's scream up from 25 yards. But today, we are going back to the tried and trusted. I just want to create chances, if I'm being honest with you. So Gash drops into the deep line playmaker role, I think. Let me just check which way round they're better. No, he doesn't. It's going to be Daly in there. So a straight swap from last week. It's Daly in for the suspended Jude. It's Whelan in for Simpson up front. We've got a basically full bench, just one short of the full squad. We've got a real opportunity to get to the group stages. If we could do it 3 years in a row, it's a great achievement. If we don't, probably 5 or 6 of these lads at the bottom that are registered just for the league, we're going to have to try and rush out the club to make money. This could be a very big day for this football club. We've got to come out on the right side of it. So with 2 changes made from last Thursday's team, let's go and see if we can do it in style. Well, here we are then, 1-1 after the first leg, and we now go away to Hungary needing a win. Now, traditionally over the years, we have been better away from home in qualifiers, and it does seem to suit us a bit better the way we play as the Europa music comes out. It's going to be going throughout the first half. I didn't skip it quick enough. We nicked the ball straight away with Cowan. It could be the background noise to this brilliant opening goal. Cowan gets to the byline, cuts it across for Dunn. That's the start we wanted. 15 seconds in, with the Europa music still booming. Cowan nicks the ball from the kickoff, higher up the pitch, pressing all the way. And that is the way we want to play. Maybe I've underestimated how good this team is, and maybe we need to be camped in their half. The music's still going, and it is the perfect background celebration. Lana have got an injury to their best striker, but they're 2-0 up. And we could go from a night of fearing about the future of this club to having 3 Northern Irish sides in group stage football, which will be huge for the future of the save. As Gash gets the header in, it's missed by the defender, and they're playing out from the back. They're going a bit more direct in this one. They've got 3 up through the middle. Maybe we've got excited too early, though Goss defends brilliantly. When he's in good form, we know we've got a chance, but that one just petered out as Ray crosses for Cowan, and it's 2-0. Stephen Cowan gets there, and the main thing is we're playing higher up the pitch. Now, it does come with its risk. We conceded a goal from playing too high against Ballina Millard, but I've got a feeling it's going to gain us more than it loses us. It's 2-0 with 27 minutes gone, and Neil Kane is playing out from the back again to Ray, looking for the fullbacks, cutting inside to Gash. He's got space to pick a pass, and again, just trying to get through a little bit quicker and get it up to the dangerous people. Maybe it's going to be the turning point, although I got excited when we made tactical tweaks last year and we got found out a few months later. O'Cowan's won the ball back again here. Brings it away. Look at the difference in speed we're trying to get forward at. Dunn's flying forward. Gash and Whelan the same. Whelan into the box. Get in there. Now we're talking. This is a proper performance. And it's so much more enjoyable when you just play your way. And you know what? We're counter-attacking. We're fluent. We're quick. And we're getting the best out of people. Yes, we might have won this game anyway, but the style we're playing with, the type of goals we're scoring, oh, it's bringing some joy to my face. It's bringing a smile for sure. Lana hopefully going to get through as well. And this could now be a great night for Northern Irish football as Goss gets the ball at the back to Daly and Gash. You can think about resting people soon. Parry gets it through to Dunn. Beats the defender to it. Chance to cut back. There's 4 in the box. Gash is one of them. Gash puts it in the corner. Oh, I'm having the time of my life now. Who's worried about that tame draw in the first leg? Look at this. 4 goals scored. Loads of chances created, all hitting the target. Ironically, our expected goals isn't even 1 today. Maybe just everything's going in, but we're getting in better positions more quickly. There's less defenders there in the way. We'll take Whelan off at half-time for a rest because he wasn't really fit for this match. But he's got a goal. He's contributed enough. And we're on our way to the Europa Conference group stages again. Yes, it's not the Europa League we had last year. But as long as we get to those league stage every single year, it doesn't matter. As Whelan's in one-on-one. Oh, just wide of the post. 5-1 on aggregate. A brilliant half. Lana 4-0 up. They've done their job as well. This is a great night for Northern Irish football. Let's go and tell the lads we're happy. Let's go and give Max Whelan a rest. I'll bring on Maurice Simpson because he got a hat-trick on Monday and we want to keep that confidence flowing. And then in 15 minutes time or so, we'll bring on a few of our younger subs. A brilliant first half performance. Can we see how Linfield are getting on? They're 2-0 down to Cluj, so they're not going to get into the Europa League, but it will be 3 sides in the Europa Conference from Northern Ireland. And I wonder if any of us can get through. We've got 25 minutes to go. On come the subs. Let's have a look at what we've got. We're going to go and take Damien Dunn off because he's struggling for fitness a bit. I kind of want to bring Morgan Griffiths on because he's homegrown at the club. He's our player and I do really like him. So he'll be on. We'll go for Tommy Murphy at right back. We'll go for Miles Stow at left back. Maybe I should have gone for Tennant Dykes, you know. He might be the last sub because he's a young player. He is through our academy and it's great to give him football. So we'll bring him on for Parry. We'll let him play off the left wing. 25 minutes to go. We are absolutely flying here in Hungary. And I'm having a lovely time now. All of my fears have gone. I think it was just the tension of not getting to the group stages and the worries of what that would cause for the club. But we've done our job and we're 10 minutes to go. Jablonec have got one back, but it's not going to stop now. 3 Northern Irish sides in the group stage or the league stage of the Europa Conference, and a comprehensive Lisburn Distillery win, 2 in a row in fact. Jablonec got a second, they made it tight in the end. But it's Linfield, Larne and Distillery into the Europa Conference draw. Let's go and see who our opponents will be. Well, £86,000 for winning the qualifier and crucially £2.51 million for being in a league phase. And our opponents will be Maccabi Netanya, Lech, who beat us in the Europa League qualifier, Odense and Club Bruges, probably the 2 biggest sides there. In fact, Lech have only got a 3-star reputation according to that, which is different. Club Bruges are the stars of it, but I would expect against Kisvada and against Maccabi that we can get victories. And if we can pick up, what would that be, 6 points at least, and then maybe nick one result elsewhere. We weren't far off Lech, were we? We dominated one of the games. And maybe we can get through overall. Really happy with the way things have gone. Really happy with the improved performance in the second leg. Great to see 2 other sides making it as well. And now a big finish to the transfer window. I don't think there's going to be any more ins now. It's just going to be whether we can get a few out on loan. But we don't need to have a smaller squad now because we've got European group stage football. We'll have a look at the rest of the league as well because there are big players coming in. Linfield didn't get the loan players they wanted initially, but Colin Rowley is a good defender from Leicester. Andy Downs is a good right winger from Birmingham. They do love a Welshman, don't they? Robert Burns, our former player at Warren Point. Coleraine have got a player on loan from Crystal Palace who's not bad at all. And of course, we've loaned one out as well. Otherwise, lots of players coming into the nation. Wade Forth on loan from Leeds to Larne, very solid pro. Not the best finisher for a striker, but we did look at him before. And they're even loaning players from Manchester United. And he is a very good striker. So big moves from the nation, big moves for our coefficient. And in fact, even Tottenham are sending players to Ballymena United who have only just come up. So we are definitely seeing progress. Let's have a look at the schedule for when we're next going to be back. And I think we're going to focus. We didn't see Dinamo Kiev on that list, did we? For the Europa Conference. They're listed there. Were they on that list a minute ago? I'm going to have a look here. They're not. So all of our fixtures aren't there, are they? I thought we played more games than that. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was just a game missing. So Dinamo Kiev, our other opponents. We'll see how we get on there. And in fact, that might be when we come back. Dinamo Kiev at the start of October. We'll get through the next month. Lots of cup games against lower league sides and a big game away at Linfield in the league. Then we'll be back for our first Europa Conference League group stage match. And hopefully we can make it a run to get through. If you did enjoy this one, a couple of sales at the end of the transfer window and a big 2 performances with lots of goals after a tactical tweak, then please do chuck a thumbs up on it. Let me know what you think of the changes. Was it just a lucky display? Or is this going to be the changing of the guard and back to attacking football and back to goals scored everywhere? Should I still go to the diamond? Let me know your thoughts on that. If you want to stay up to date and find out what we do and see how all 3 sides get on in the European group stage, then do subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll be back in a couple of days' time as we start our campaign. But before that, we are back with the head coach tomorrow and it is a big summer transfer special to come. So I hope you'll join me for it. Up in the eye above, you can find loads of other links, including a podcast channel and a Twitch one as well. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sticking with my grumpiness through the first half of it. We're back in form now, and the European money is in the club. That's all that mattered for the short term.